Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our 10-minute set review, Green Edition on Urza Saga. So let's jump right into it. Carpet of Flowers, 1 mana enchantment, you get X mana, where X is the island's your opponent control. This is a legacy card, sideboard there even. So not really limited material, but yeah, we all know this one. Avish Herder, now this is a good one. It's a 1 mana 1/1. I don't know, like I think people will be sleeping on this card because it's a 1 mana 1/1, but for green, target creature gains trample on the end of turn. That's actually pretty powerful, and you can activate it as many times as you want. So don't sleep on this one. Avish Rise is also 1 mana 1/1, and this is also very good too. You can sacrifice to destroy target enchantment. Like around almost a third of the cards, or like one fourth of the cards, let's put it this way, in the set are enchantments. So this has a lot of target. Exploration, yeah, Commander, Legacy, Vintage All-Star. You may play an additional land each turn. I don't know how to make it work in limited. I don't think it's possible, but if someone cracks it, it's really good. Now we arrive to this hidden army. So the problem with this one, that white has the opal, and then what is this? Blue has their own version of it. The problem with these ones that the activation is so weird. But yeah, but they are so powerful when they activate. So hidden guerrillas, if your opponent casts an artifact, it becomes a 5/3 for 1 mana. This just kills them. Then hidden herd, that's a rare, it's 1 mana, and if they cast a non-basic land, then it becomes a 3/3 beast. Well, that's very unlikely and limited. Hidden predators, when they cast a creature with power 4 or greater, this becomes a 4/4, which is not very good, even though it's 1 mana, because the 4/4 is already matching to this one. Hidden spiders, it's a 1 mana 1/2. If they cast a creature with flying, then this becomes like a 3/5 with reach. Yeah, this is insane for sideboard. Your opponent has flyers, so it never gets through. So very interesting, kind of weird. So let's try it, see where this goes. Pouncing Jaguar, one mana 2/2 with Echo, awesome. Spreading RG, play it on a swamp, and when your opponent taps the swamp, it got destroyed, and you return Spreading RG in your hand. It's kind of like a 1 mana Stone Rain against swamps. War Dance, during your upkeep, you may put a verse counter on it. You sacrifice it, and a creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of counters on it. Wild Dogs, it's a 2/1 for 1, and then when in your upkeep, if your opponent has more life, they take care of Wild Dogs, and then it has cycling too. So if the game doesn't evolve that way, then you can just cycle this. Acadian, so this one is very good. Acadian, it's a 2/4 for 2 with Echo. Yeah, this card is awesome. It clogs the board, blocks very well. Albino Troll, it's a 3/3 for 2 mana with Echo, and 1 and a green regenerate Albino Troll. I think it's one of the best green cards in the set. Argothian Enchantress, we know this from Commander Legacy. It has hexproof, it's a 0/1 for 2, and you draw a card when you cast an enchantment. I think this is limited playable. There's a lot of enchantment in this set, and then you're gonna draw plenty of cards. Crosswinds, it's 2 mana, all creatures with flying get -2/-2. Yeah, it's a good solid sideboard material. Fertile Ground, an ancient land, and when it taps, you get any kind of mana as well. This is very good too. It's your fixing. Fortitude, so this is basically the Undying Enchantment, and it's 2 mana, and you can sacrifice a forest to regenerate the creature, which is pretty solid. Hidden Ancient, now this is insane, I think. This is a 2 mana, and if your opponent casts an enchantment, this turns into a 5/5. Yeah, pretty brutal. And again, there's a lot of enchantment in the set, so I think this is very much playable. Hidden Stacks, this one is a rare. If they cast an enchantment, this turns into a 3/2. And what is this? When you play a land, also when your opponent plays a land, it becomes a 3/2, and then when you play a land, it becomes an enchantment again. Yeah, this is interesting. So this is probably okay in limited because people need to play land. But I don't know. Like at one point, your opponent can just hold back the land. Yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic with this. I don't know what to think of this card. Lol, so 2 mana creatures deal no damage this turn. This would normally be unplayable, but this has cycling too, which makes it, I think, very much playable in this format. Priest of Titania, it's 1/1 for 2, and add green for each F in play. So this probably is going to be a 2 mana dork, but those are still powerful. They always are in every limited format. Symbiosis, now this is one of the most broken combat tricks. It's 2 mana instant, 2 target creature, each gets +2/+2 until end of turn. This is pretty wild. Like you're gonna win every combat with this one. Blanchwood Armor, if you happen to be mono green, the creature gets +X/+X for every forest you control and 3 mana aura. Cave Tiger, so this is what is this? A 2/2 for 3, but it has kind of Bushido on attack, so it gets +1/+1 if they block. Cradle Guard, it's a 4 mana 4/4, sorry, 3 mana 4/4 with Echo and Trample. I think this card is super solid too. Sundity, it's a 3 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, that creature's controller draw a card. Yeah, I don't think it's very good because it's symmetric and we are paying for the card, so don't worry about this one, I think. Unless you have some crazy combo. I don't know what that would be. Gaia's Bounty, so this is the green divination. You basically draw two forests, so search two forest and shuffle your library. Golden Warrior, 3 mana 3/2, solid playable. Greener Pastures, so during each upkeep, if that player controls more land than the other, that player puts a rolling token into play. It's a 1/1, so it's a 3 mana enchantment. Yeah, it's interesting. You can build your deck around that you have high land count and you keep getting the rents. I don't know. Yeah, that might be able to generate some advantage here. Retaliation, each creature you control, whenever a creature blocks this creature gets +1/+1. It's good in aggressive decks, I think. It's 3 mana enchantment, you can push through damage. Titania's Chosen, this is also a 3 mana 1/1 creature, and whenever a player successfully casts a green spell, put a +1/+1 counter on that. There's your Tarmogoyf. So I think it's probably pretty good. Tree Fox Seedling. So this is also a mono green payoff. It's a 3 mana 2 X, and X is the number of forest you control. I just don't know how good is a 2/7 defender, for example, in this format. But yeah, it's pretty solid amount of stats. Three top rangers. So this is a 3 mana 2/2, but it cannot be blocked unless a flying creature is blocking it. This one is very good, I think. Venomous Fangs, a 3 mana enchantment, gives the creature Death Touch. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, how that will work out because you can still get 2 for 1 at the end of the day with this. Yeah, it's a very bad removal, I guess. Abundance, instead of drawing a card, you may choose a land or non-land cards from your library until you reveal the chosen card, put that cards onto your hand, and the others at the bottom. This one is very, very good, I think. Yeah, like you can manipulate your draws if you have enough lands, you make sure that you're always gonna draw action. This nets you card advantage because you don't break on land drops or other things you don't want. Anaconda, it's a 4 mana 3/3 with Swamp Walk. Yeah, it's pretty okay with the stat line too. Argotian Elder, it's a 4 mana 2/2 and tap to untap 2 lands. That's your super ramp. Argotian Swine, 4 mana 3/3 with Trample. This is very solid stat line too. Trample makes it bigger. Argotian Worm, so this is a 4 mana 6/6 Trampler, ladies and gentlemen. Now the drawback, when Argotian Worm comes into play, any player may sacrifice a land to put Argotian Worm on top of their owner's library. So you see the trick here, right? Your opponent can just like block your draw step, basically putting the worm back, which in some cases makes it completely uncastable. I mean, I don't know if there's a Panzer deck in this format, especially not in limited. That's probably the archetype where you want this, because then they can't really afford sacrificing the lands, and then this can kill them very fast. Bull Hippo, 4 mana 3/3 with Island Walk, also solid. Citadel Center, so there's a 4 mana 6/3 with Echo, but it also has Hexproof. Yeah, this one is super good. It's with Endoskeleton, stuff like that. Then Citadel Hierophant, it's a 4 mana 3/2, and each creature basically becomes a mana rock. Very, very good card, I think. Gaia's Embrace, this is probably the best Embrace out there. So it's a 4 mana enchantment, the creature gets +3/+3 and trample, and for 1 green you can regenerate it. This card is wildly good. And then Greater Good, sack a creature, draw cards equal to sacrifice creature's power, then choose and discard 3 cards. Yeah, limited is tough. You see that there's a lot of low stat lines, so there are too many things which triggers it. This is a constructed card. Hawkwater Moth, Slippery Boggles, 1996. It's 4 mana 1/2 flyer with hexproof. Hush, Destroyer Enchantment, and Cycling 2. Very, very payable in main deck. Rejuvenate, gain 6 life for 4 mana, which is pretty bad rate, but it has Cycling for 2, which actually makes it playable in this format. Saprogenesis, during your upkeep, you may put a fungus counter on it, on target creature. So this is an enchantment, and every target gets fungus counter, and when the creature with fungus counter dies, it gets +1. You get a 1/1 sap rolling for it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think this is a little too small of a benefit for the work. Titania's Boon, it's a 4 mana sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Yeah, this is a solid limited card. Vernal Broom, whenever a forest is tapped for mana, it produces additional green. I don't know, it's an edge case scenario in some cases. Whirlwind, it's a 4 mana sorcery, destroy all creatures with flying. Yeah, it's a sideboard in certain matchup. Blanchwood 3 4 5 mana 4 5. It's pretty good. And then this one, Endless Worm. So it's a 5 mana 9/9 trample, ladies and gentlemen. And during your upkeep, sacrifice an enchantment or sacrifice Endless Worm. So this is very good with all the Undying Enchantment. Like, this can kill your opponent in like 2 turns. And you just need one of those enchantment, recast it, sack it, and just like turn this sideways. This card is insane. Midsummer River, that's also insane too. It's 5 mana though, and then gets the worst counters on every upkeep, and you can sacrifice it and then put X 3/3 beast into play with the number of first counters. This card is solid. Winding Worm 5 mana 6/6 with Echo. No complaints here. Massive beater. If you can give it trample somehow with the Avish Herder, that's really good stuff. And then Child of Gaia. So this is the older brother of Winding Worm. So it's a trample 7/7, and during your upkeep, pay green green or sacrifice it. It has one and a green regenerate. Yeah, this talking about a beater. So that was green for you, and we're gonna come back with the last one, the colorless card. So see you in that video.